Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It's your favorite professor, Dr. T. So I'm going to move on to quadratic functions. Now, just a recap of y equals x and f of x being equal to x, not x sub 1. Right, remember these are the same functions. I'm just gonna move this over. I probably should have my mouse, but I didn't grab it. So remember, if I turn off the blue one, I see the green one. If I turn off both of them, I don't see anything. But y equals x and f of x being equal to x are the same function. So now what happens, just like I did in a different video, if I say y equals x squared? Well, let me turn it on. Oh, and by the way, don't forget you can change the color here. Blue's my favorite color, so I'm going to leave it there. But now we say y equals x squared. Actually, I'm going to compare it to y equals x, because one of the things that I find that students don't connect is the difference between the two. That is important. The purple function, y equals x, is a straight line. The blue function, y equals x squared, is not a straight line. It is a curve, okay? I'm going to move it down just so you can see a little bit. Now, I also want you to notice the difference between the values in the tables. So if you click this settings button and then you click this thing that looks like a spreadsheet, it says create table. All right, so look at -2 and then what value is in the y column. And it doesn't really say it's the y column, but notice that also when I click in that spot, when I click in the box, the dots show up, okay? And it's denoted also by the dots in the circle. And remember, you can change the color if you don't like it. But notice the difference between how this is -2 here and the value for the y value is also the same. But up here, where it says x is -2, and remember down here also is -2, this says 4. So how did I get 4? Well, if I plug, remember the input or the domain that is being inserted into x, if I multiply it by itself, I'm going to get 4. So -2 times -2 is 4. All right, and I'm going to just turn this off because we are focusing only on the parent function here. All right, so all of those values are here. Now, the part that connects to an advanced course would be how we describe the function. So what is happening on the left side? Remember, we read from left to right, even though my hand is probably going the other direction in the video, but we read from left to right. So what is happening on the left side compared to the right side? Well, the function it looks like a U, but it's growing. It's going to grow forever and ever and ever. All right. So that's one thing. But if I'm talking about increasing and decreasing, what is happening as I move from left to right? Well, I'm going down a slope. So pretend like it's if you were skiing, I think it's snowboarding, okay, or skateboarding. That's the one I was thinking of. Anyway, so if I was coming down, I'm going down from left to right. Then when I go on this side, I'm going up from left to right. That is it. So the function is decreasing, and then it gets to 0, 0, and then it starts to increase. If you can describe that, you can do calculus. And then you just analyze what's going on here, right? So when I plug a number in for x, I square it and I get the output, all right? Also, remember, you can just keep growing, and I'm going to minimize so you can see. I don't like to minimize too much because when it starts to look distorted, then it doesn't make sense. Okay, so remember, you can also label your function. You can label your points. Let's do 2, 4, since we think we can see that. And you just click label. And it even makes it a different color. Okay? Remember, that you can Google parent functions. So we have discussed f of x equals x, and now g of x equals x squared. And it doesn't matter if this is called a different letter. It means the same exact thing. It's just that Desmos does not like the same letter to be on there twice. It just causes a problem. As always, thank you for watching. If you have any questions or you want to know something about these two functions, please let me know. See you next time.